year's tournament, Longhaul Phone Masters Mikan. And they'll face off against Suncoast Quick Roofing Reebok. The two teams have had to toss. Longhaul will be the home team. Let me begin by introducing the visitors for this evening's matchup. They are Suncoast Quick Roofing Reebok. They will be located in the third base dugout. They're wearing the gray jerseys over the black pants with the black caps. As I introduce the members of Suncoast, I ask that they take their place along the third base foul line. Leading things off will be their catcher, number 25, Lee Trotter. Batting second will be the second baseman, number 7, Wade Casey. Batting third, the pitcher, number 6, John Dice. In the cleanup spot will be the first baseman, number 11, Chris Schmidt. Batting fifth and playing left field, number 24, Justin Valenti. Batting sixth, the additional hitter, number 99, Nate Holcomb. Batting seventh and playing right field, number 2, John Thomas. Batting eighth, the shortstop, number 14, Kevin Bezat. Batting ninth at third base, number 9, Chad Bryant. Batting 10th, the center fielder, number 1, Wes Fuel. And batting 11th, the middle infielder, number 18, John Kansarin. The other members of Suncoast Quick Roofing Reebok, number 5, Jack Slocum. And number 35, John Byron. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is Suncoast Quick Roofing Reebok. And now, their opponents in tonight's game. Over in the first base dugout, it will be the home team. They are Longhaul Mikan Phone Masters. Leading things off will be their middle infielder, 00, J.T. Genter. Batting second and playing second base, number 2, Jeremy Eisenhower. Batting third, the catcher, number 13, Jeff Hall. In the cleanup spot, the first baseman, number 44, Ryan B. Batting fifth, the additional hitter, number 16, Ryan Robbins. Batting sixth, the shortstop, number 21, Brett McCollum. Batting seventh, the third baseman, number 3, Mike Rhines. Batting eighth, the left fielder, number 44, Scott Striebel. Batting ninth, the right fielder, number 16, Robert Blackburn. Batting 10th, the pitcher, number 34, Gino Buck. And batting 11th, the center fielder, number 7, Matt King. The other members of Longhaul: Greg Hartwick, Billy Messina, the manager Gary Jost, Coach Ken Larson, John Daniels, Jeff Davis, Freddie King, and Don McDonald. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Longhaul Mikan Phone Masters. And the umpires for tonight's final game. Behind home plate from Michigan, Chuck Beckwell. At first base from Florida, Dwayne Posovitz. At second base from Arkansas, Jason Oberlag. And at third base from Michigan, Tony Walzak. So, ladies and gentlemen, there are your teams, and we are just about ready to play ball.
Let's go. stadium, when they play in the stadium, and only when they play on the big fences, the 450-pound ball. Steve, let's grab the ball. Yeah, let's go. What's the first number? The core on this ball would be 40. Go. They play on the regular field, so it's 44, 325 pounds. And 300 foot best. It's easier. This is 400, 335. 47. Here, yes. They dropped that last year with the 500-pound ball. We dropped it that. Hey, thank you very much. You're very welcome. One more. All right, here we go.
And it's Suncoast in Longhaul in the nightcap. And the first pitch is a base hit for Lee Trotter into right field.
And Lee Trotter gets things started here.
Wade Casey will follow, the second baseman. 2009 USSSA Men's Major World Series from Disney's Wide World of Sports in Champion Stadium. We hope you have gotten a chance to sit back and enjoy our coverage tonight. Beautiful night for softball. And the last game, the Longhaul Bombers and Suncoast Reebok battling. It's Gino Buck, the pitcher for Longhaul, as Wade Casey skies it to Matt King in center field, and that's out number one. Matt O'Hara behind our home plate camera tonight. Pat O'Leary is on third, and David DiDonatis punching the buttons as we have John Dykes with a base hit. So Chris Schmidt will come to the plate with 2 on and only 1 out. Rick Robertson back at our broadcast area. Final game of the night, Rick.
Oh, yeah. I was able to go down and chat with the umpires.
High fly ball to Scott Strebel. Strebel takes a light jog in, and he has out number 2. Everything all right on the umpiring front so far?
So far, we're on the first day doing a lot of pregame bat checking. Also, they're checking all home runs and anything hit hard back at the pitcher. So we were getting everything squared away down there. That was Chris Schmidt, who flew out to Strebel. So what do we have? 2 outs?
2 outs and Justin Valenti coming to the plate. Single out, single pop out. Into right field, Robert Blackburn a chance to end the inning, and he disappeared into the corner in foul territory. The ball, you can see, spring loose into right field, so you know that obviously Blackburn was unable to track it down.
And just a reminder as they get the ball in, Longhaul's catcher throughout the season, an additional hitter, J.C. Phelps, passed away this last Friday and was laid to rest on Monday. He's a big hole in the lineup. The man had such a huge heart. Our thoughts and prayers go out to his family. Was able to talk to his wife, Myra, and she's holding up as well as can be expected.
Justin Valenti on RBI single, scoring lead trotter in the first run of our ball game.
And as I said, Myra quite devastated. She was in tears as well as myself. And the board of directors of USSSA has decided to put J.C. Phelps in the USSSA National Hall of Fame in 2010 in Daytona Beach, Florida. And she relayed the message to Don. That's all he was looking forward to in his career.
On the ground, final out of the first half inning. The Longhaul Bombers getting set to come to the plate. It's 1-0 Suncoast here from Disney.
Suncoast gets 1 run and 3 hits. They strand 2. On the first to do for Longhaul, it'll be Genter, Eisenhower, and Paul.
Hey, you guys didn't need air conditioner. I'll have a selection of the shirt. Blocks of dry ice. You gotta get a fan under the table. Only if I were a tilt.
And now as they take the field, let me remind you of the defensive line before the visitors Suncoast. On the mound, Johnny Bucks. Behind the plate is Lee Trotter. So Dave Holcomb behind the plate for the first inning. Down at first base is Chris Schmidt. The second baseman is Wade Casey. John Finch from the middle infielder, Kevin Desai short, and the third baseman is Chad Bryant. In the outfield, it's Justin Valenti in left. The center fielder is Wes Poole, and the right fielder is John Thomas. And leading things off for Longhaul will be their middle infielder, double zero, J.D. Genter.
Let's go, let's go. Start, Brady. Come on, leader.
Nate Holcomb was retired to end the top of the first inning. Here we are at the bottom of the first. Longhaul Bombers getting their first trip to the plate of the 2009 Men's Major World Series. J.D. Genter will lead things off. And he leads it off, hitting it on the ground. And a brilliant defensive play there for out number 1. Kevin Bazat with the play.
Bazat, yep. Kevin with a nice play. Scooped it up over to first to Chris Schmidt.
And Eisenhower at the plate. The second baseman will be followed by Jeff Hall. And Eisenhower has the first base hit for Longhaul.
Jeff Hall, number 3 in home runs since 2000 with 52. Number 5 in on-base percentage, 631. Number 5 in runs, 119. Number 3 in most hits, 128. Number 5 in RBIs, 121. And number 5 with most at-bats with 203. That's why he's a member of the USSSA National Hall of Fame, and that's only since the year 2000. All time, he's number 6 in at-bats with 335, 219 hits.
What a book put together by Tom O'Hara.
And Hall, right away, 2-run home run.
Longhaul in the lead after Jeff Hall with a 2-run home run.
2-run home run to left field. Eisenhower scores in front of him. It's a quick 2-1 lead for Longhaul. Bases cleared. And that'll bring up the first baseman, number 44.
Our annual almanac that Tom O'Hara puts together, as you say, is quite a record of the statistics throughout USSSA Men's Major World Series history. And this is Steedy, the first baseman, the batter.
Steedy will be followed by Ryan Robbins. Reminder, tomorrow we got more than 500 fans watching here now after we see Thiede retired for out number 2. When you're in the office tomorrow morning, be sure to tune in to the Men's Major World Series right here on USSSA.com. We'll continue our coverage tomorrow morning at 9 a.m., bright and early. 2-1 our score here in the bottom of the first.
Umpires behind the plate is Chuck Doc Beckwell. Down at first, Dwayne Posovich. Over at second is Jason Oberlag, and at third is Tony Walzak. And what was that?
That was the ball hitting our microphone behind home plate. I thought it was Steve Saluch behind home plate rattling our mic, but it wasn't. Justin Valenti under its side retired. 2-run home run for Jeff Hall. The difference so far in this one. 1 inning in the book. It's 2-1. Longhaul is in the lead.
Longhaul has 2 runs on 2 hits. It would blow Jeff Hall's 2-run home run. So we play 1. It's a 2-1 lead for the home team, Longhaul. 2 up in the top of the 7th for Suncoast. It's going to be Thomas Bazat with Robbins.
What? Made my day. Come on, Gino. Got up. Thomas. Come on, let's go to work. Come on. Pick me up. All right, here we go.
The Men's Major World Series brought to you in part by Worth, Mikan, and Combat. Top of the second inning, it's 2-1. And a base hit for John Thomas, the right fielder. Hits it into left for a base hit.
This Suncoast Reebok team's been an up and down team throughout the year. You know, they either play very well or they play like they need to go back and try it again.
Why do you think that is sometimes?
That's the nature of the beast. You know, you just can't play with it. Every weekend you can't be at the top of your game.
2-1. Suncoast trying to knot it up at 2 or even get themselves their second lead of the ball game in the second. Mike King retires. Kevin Bazat. And that'll bring up Bryant, the third baseman.
Not much of a breeze tonight. The flag normally has been laying limp. A slight breeze in from left center towards right field.
Bryant flies out to Mike King. 2 away. Well, there's one thing that I know right now, Rick Robinson, is they are selling beer downstairs because we still have a very good crowd on hand here at Champion Stadium.
Oh, yeah, Disney does that. I think a lot of them were looking for the Home Run Derby preliminary rounds today. And as we said earlier, there's over 520 teams here. And that's Matt King chasing him down in center field, as we said, for both outs this inning. Line shot retires the side.
Side retired, bottom of the second. Longhaul looks to add to their 1-run advantage.
Nate, why you ain't pitching, boy? You know how that goes. All right, here we go.
Throw, no.
Hey, you said it too soon.
I thought it would be 1 out.
Instead, Brett McCullum is aboard.
E6 on the throw.
That brings up Mike Rhines, third baseman. Scott Strebel is due up right behind him. John Dykes, the pitcher, serves up a extra base hit for Mike Rhines. An RBI double, and it's 3-1.
Longhaul, I'm sure, is playing with a heavy heart tonight. May be a bit difficult to get themselves up, but I know they are playing in honor of J.C. Phelps. I was telling you earlier, I talked to J.C.'s wife, and she's sending a jersey and some pants, and has asked me to get the ball teams to autograph it for her and her kids. As Strebel strolls into second, as Rhines,
he has an RBI double just like Rhines that scored.
Back-to-back doubles. Strebel, he's also in the top 15 since 2000 in a few categories. He's there in home runs with 34, and his on-base percentage is .622. That is tied for 11th, and he's tied for 12th in home runs. Longtime member of Rismondo, now playing with Longhaul.
4-1. Robert Blackburn, the right fielder.
They call him Robo.
Who was Robo first?
Oh, he's hit that one a long, long way.
And he adds a 2-run home run over the wall, and Justin Valenti can only watch.
To answer your question, Bernie, I believe Robert Blackburn had the nickname before I did. Actually, David's father, Tony, is the one that hung the Robo tag on me, because our president at the time, Danny Brown, called me Robertson. Oh, this
into
one's
right
hit.
field, John Thomas backing up, and this one is into the bullpen. Back-to-back jacks.
Gino Buck, a member of the Longhaul Tour, he goes right behind Blackburn. And just like that, Longhaul's up 7-1 with nobody out, bottom of the second.
Now, I haven't met David Stabb, but I hear he's quite a character.
Yes, without a doubt. Tony D.
We'll be looking forward to meeting him out in California.
He was here for meetings this weekend, had to fly back. They have Men's D World with 174 teams in Michigan. So that puts us.
That might be the class I have to play in. Does it go any lower than that?
E, we have Men's E here.
That's probably me. Got a spot on the bench in the E.
That makes over 700 teams playing this week, USSSA. J.D. Jenner, and that's on the hill. Nice catch out there. The guy in a white shirt made a nice running catch.
9-1. I think the wildest catch that I've ever called in my life was at a softball game out in the outfield. They had a guy with a baby, and he made the one-handed grab with a baby in the other hand. I mean,
oh, it was maybe an. Oh.
John Thomas falls down, but he has the out recorded. And that's the first out here in the bottom of the second.
That ball was knuckling on Thomas as he reached back. He caught it, lost his balance, and tumbled to the ground.
That brings up Jeff Fall to the plate.
I really enjoyed on ESPN when they showed the Philadelphia Phillies game, and the little girl in the pink, her dad makes a nice catch on a foul ball, hands it to her, and she threw it right back at the stands. He grabbed his head like, are you kidding me? And she goes. And then he reached down and gave her a nice big hug. It's pretty cool. I really enjoyed that.
Hall got under that one. And West, the center fielder, has the second out.
Jeff Hall, you could hear him go, oh. He knew he had totally missed that ball.
And here's Ryan Thede. Thede's 0 for 1. He was retired in his first at bat. And Thede looks at a strike. And the count is even at 1-1. And Thede rips it into right field. John Thomas on the run makes the play. Final out in the second recorded, but the Longhaul Bombers go long with the ball. It's a 7-run second inning, and the advantage is 9 here at Disney.
They get those 7 runs out of just 5 hits. Big runners, they go 4 runs from Blackburn, Buck, and enter. So now we'll go to the top of the third. Suncoast still in the late run deficit. 2-up in the answer. Trotter and Easton.
It's a base hit to begin the top of the third. We're back to the top of the lineup at Lee Trotter. After that leadoff single here in the third inning, it's 9-1. And it's a pleasure having all 448 of you with us.
Opening night of the Men's Major World Series live at Disney's Wide World of Sports. Bernie Gunther, your play-by-play announcer. And we are at Champion Stadium, the home of the Atlanta Braves spring training.
And look at that ball. It gets by not only a diving Mike Rhines, but a diving Brett McCullum as well.
And Trotter's on base for the second time. 2 singles, 1 in the first and 1 in the third. Even though we're early in the game, Bernie, it's time that Suncoast needs to put on a few runs here. They don't want to go double digits this soon behind. Wake them up down there.
That'll wake you up. That's a decent area to pick up a foul ball as well. Do they get to keep it here? I'm not sure whether I...
Yeah, we don't go up in the stands and get it back.
All right. Sometimes these events, they need the softballs back, so they give you a free Coke or something to get it back. Back up the middle. Look out if you're on second base.
Ooh.
Suncoast has scored their second run of the contest. Wade Casey with an RBI single. Lee Trotter is on second. And there's a base hit into right field towards Robert Blackburn for John Dykes.
Johnny Dykes on base second time in a row.
He singled in his last at bat, and he'll load the bases here in the top half of the third inning.
1 on every station and nobody out. Top of the third inning. Beckwell calls a strike on Schmidt. He asked for time.
Chris Smith with a base hit. This is going to score at least 2. Trotter scored. Wade Casey will score. And Dykes holds at third. Runners on the corners after Chris Smith has a 2 RBI single.
This is exactly what Suncoast needed to do. They've put up 3. They have no outs. And the lead is now down to 5.
And Justin Valenti sends Scott Strebel on the run, and he runs out of room. A big inning for Suncoast. Longhaul tacked on 7 in the bottom of the second, and Suncoast has come back to tack on 6 here in the top of the third.
Excellent inning as Valente goes deep over the left center field wall, just to the left side of the 385-foot marker. That ball's probably traveled about 392 feet.
And Nate Holcomb, who's 0 for 1, is now 0 for 2. Mike Rhines.
Nice play right there. Ryan's able to snare the line drive by Holcomb down the line.
And that is only out number 1.
As you said, Bernie, they have 6 runs so far.
Longhaul only leads by 2. John Thomas, the right fielder, at the plate. Backhanded by McCullum.
Nice
He's got
play.
a good arm. Beautiful throw across the diamond. And Kevin Bazat, the shortstop, he's 0 for 1. He flew out to Matt King, the center fielder.
Bazat, a nice fielding shortstop.
And he'll have a fly out. That'll retire the side, but Suncoast at 6. They trail by 2. It's 9-7 as we head to the bottom of the third.
Those 6 runs on 6 hits, they cut it to a 2-run game and due up for Longhaul as they try to answer. It'll be Robbins, McCollum, and Rhines.
All right, here we go.
Stepping in to lead things off for Longhaul in the bottom of the third inning, number 16, the catcher, Ryan Robbins.
This
And
is
we're just having a
Psycho.
great time tonight, aren't we,
Oh,
Robo?
definitely. Psycho Rhino Robbins.
You just like saying the psycho part.
He is psycho. I'm going to tell you right now, he's a character. One of the most fun-loving guys in the game, always a smile. The old school. Look, he's got his stockings, the high leggings.
That's how you can always tell when he moves around to the outfield where he is.
That's exactly
Here's
what
those
I've
long
done.
stockings. A nice shot by Paul O'Leary, one of our outstanding people working camera tonight. And Brett McCullum comes to the plate, and he hits it off the left field wall. Ryan Robbins rounds second, and he pulls into third after McCullum has a double.
Well, Justin Valenti got turned around out there in left field. And McCullum drove it off the wall. He moves into second with a double. Robbins hustles into third. I want to take this time to thank Matt O'Hare and David DeDonatis. They brought all these nice softballs over here so we could play with them tonight.
And the third baseman from Round Lake, Illinois,
Mike Rhines way over the left field wall. He's got a 3-run home run, and just like that, the lead is extended to 5-12
So that's what
runs.
you want to do. You see Suncoast tack on 6 in the top of the third, and Longhaul already answers with 3 here in the bottom of the third inning.
A quick 3. And as I was saying, Matt and David hauled all those balls, 15, 20 cases from headquarters over here, all the awards. They embroidered those awards. They took the balls on the truck and all the film equipment over here, hooked everything up.
And if you're wondering why you had a Busch Light logo on your screen at the very beginning of the game, it's just these two guys are overworked.
Strebel with a ground out to second base. Wade Casey flips it over to Schmidt.
Robert Blackburn at the plate.
And seriously, those two don't get enough credit for what they do. Sometimes they complain about it, but Bernie, they're an integral part of what we do. We appreciate Matt and Dave. We really do.
Blackburn at the plate with one away. 12-7 is our score. The only thing I want to know, and we've had a couple of these games that they've been a part of with Robert Blackburn flying out to Justin Valenti, is how many alarm clocks do we need them to set tomorrow? Because I know that's an issue. So they are all excited. They come in, and you guys, all 3 of you guys up in the booth, I am just not big time or something, because everybody up here, actually everybody on the crew, now that I think of it, has an iPhone. In fact, Paul just got an iPhone this week. But maybe the technology is beyond them because they can't figure out the alarm clock function on the cell phone. I'm assuming, I've never touched an iPhone, but there's got to be an alarm clock function, right?
I use
Gino
it every
Buck
day.
Flies out to John Thomas and signed retired. So that's what we're going to do in the break. I'm going to have you show them how to work the alarm clock so they're here so you guys can watch the game tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. 12-7, our score, 3 innings in our book.
So the end of 3, it's a 5-run lead for the home team. Longhaul, due up for Suncoast in the top of the 4th. It'll be Bryant, Buell, and Cancer.
Anything harder than that, we don't care. If it's harder than that, they're good. If it's softer than that, they get confiscated. When it's red, it's below 225. When it's green, it's good to go. So that machine is, we're still a prototype. This is the one that, yeah. All right, here we go. I have it right here. Like, it tells me when to stop and start. You know what number to go to. This tells me this wheel pushes it, and this tells me how far it compressed it. This tells me how much weight it took to compress it. That go.
Well, during the break, I now have a step-by-step instruction of how to set an alarm clock. And if you're on the Old Scout, no reason to write it up because it's really pretty simple. But the only thing I hope is you took off that 6 a.m. wake-up call.
Oh, I did. I'm pretty technologically challenged, but I can set an alarm clock.
Top of the 4th.
He's on with a walk.
Suncoast scored 6 in the top of the 3rd.
Bazat's on with the walk. 12-7, nobody out.
And 2 on and nobody out. After that base hit by Wes Farrell, So Chad Bryant is on third. And John Kinsiran at the plate with 2 aboard. Runners on the corners. John singled in his last at bat. Longhaul up by 5. Matt King on the run. Bryant tags, he'll score. It's 12-8. And we're back to the top of the lineup.
Lee Trotter, 2 for 2, 2 singles. 1 in the first, 1 in the third.
Well, after day number 1 and all the games we've seen, it looks like the defending champions have looked the best on day number 1. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, so far I would think they came out a little bit stronger. But I know it's difficult on day number 1. And Trotter, look at this.
Trotter into the gap. And he's going to have an RBI stand-up double.
Trotter been in the game for a while. He's a player/coach manager. He still hit the ball pretty well. That one was lined in the gap.
And Wade Casey at the plate. The defending champions, Dan Smith, the most dominant performance on day number 1.
We will see some fireworks before this week is over.
Back up the middle, there's a base hit. Lee Trotter will hold at third. Obviously a lot of softball still left in this championship. John Dykes is at the plate. He's 2 for 2, a single and a triple.
Johnny Dykes, a pretty good pitcher, sometimes known to have a few issues out on the mound with some arguing to the umpires, has moved around to a number of teams.
And there's an error on the infield that'll score a run, and the lead is once again only 2. 12-10. A 3-run 4th inning. Lee Trotter comes across the plate as Dykes is aboard on the air. And here's Chris Smith, the cleanup hitter, who's 1 for 2. Flied out to left in the first and singled and scored in the 3rd inning. And Gino Buck in a little bit of trouble here.
Got to find the plate. Full count.
Ripped into left field, and Scott Strebel didn't have to move far to record out number 2. So that's a second fly out to left field for Chris Smith. And here's Justin Valenti.
Valenti with a 3-run home run his last at bat has a chance to do the same here and give Suncoast the first lead since the first inning for them.
Two away, runners on the corners. On the ground, this could end the inning. Easy play, Brett McCullum over to Eisenhower, side retired, but Suncoast adds 3. It's 12-10 as we head to the bottom of the 4th at Champion Stadium.
Longhaul nursing a 2-run lead, and due up it's King, Genter, and Eisenhower. Stepping into the face-off for Longhaul, the center fielder, number 7, Matt King.
Matt King leads off bottom of the fourth. Longhaul has the hammer, if you will, the home team, and wow.
Right off of Johnny Dykes' arm.
And Steve Saluch has that bat tester ready.
You know what's good? Even now the players are bringing the bats to the machine. They know when it needs to be tested. Dykes.
And really with Steve Saluch right behind there, it's a very quick process.
Yeah, they'll get it, they'll test it and get it back ready to go. But Dykes takes a shot off the arm.
We'll see whether we can get Matt O'Hara to get a shot of Steve Saluch back there. There he is in the extra cage. And he'll be there all weekend long.
Steve on the left in the green shirt. And that's David Evil, our general counsel, in the long sleeve shirt. They're in a cage right to the right side of home plate, a little off-centered. And the bat has been checked.
And it's been approved.
Oh, I don't know if they got that one back. That was probably I'm sure it was below the 220 compression line. That's kind of like the magic number.
Down the line and foul.
So Matt King's out at second. JD Jenner the batter.
You are correct. The bat is not going back. I just saw it placed behind. I mean, that's always obviously what we're assuming from this vantage point. But they went to take it back and they just placed it behind them.
And what they'll do, those that test under 220 will be sent back to the manufacturer to see if it's been altered in any way. This is a tough play.
And it's off the glove.
That was a high fly ball down the left field line. And the shortstop Bazat and left fielder Justin Valenti, Bazat ran a long way from the shortstop position. I don't know if maybe Valenti lost it in the lights. They weren't able to come up with the play. King had to hold at second, and Jenner ends up on first with a single.
Jeremy Eisenhower at the plate. Jeff Hall right behind him. There's 2-1 and nobody out here in the bottom of the fourth inning.
Well, here's what Longhaul, pretty obvious, they need to answer as Suncoast is drawn within 2.
And ouch. A walk to load the bases.
A walk to load the bases and then bring up Jeff Hall.
It's almost like you just want to be behind 6.
Not a good thing. As I said earlier, since the year 2000, Jeff Hall with 52 home runs
Hall readies himself at the plate and looks at the first pitch. And that evens the count.
Trust it, Halsey, trust it. Trust it, Halsey. Come on, trust it. We go everywhere for you, kid. Let's go.
Hall opposite way. John Thomas on the run, and he tracks it down. King will tag and score. And Longhaul's lead is 3. As Jeff Hall gets the sacrifice fly, J.D. Genter moves to third, and Eisenhower held at first.
Feedy the batter. Only one out, as you say, here in the bottom of the 4th.
Feedy, a high pop fly. John Thomas, he's got out number 2, but J.D. Genter tags and he'll score. So back-to-back sacrifice flies to right field, and here's Ryan Robbins. It's 14-10. It's getting late in the night for David DiDonatis.
They're pretty wore out after a long day. Want to say this too, Bernie. We're also missing one of the gentlemen been with us a long time who used to run the press box up here. Board of Director member Jim McCarron passed away earlier this year. And the first time ever we don't have him here for the Men's Major World Series. So our hearts go out to Jim's family. That retires the side. The bottom of the 4th, Longhaul only picked up 2 runs.
Good pitching there for John Dykes after he was nearly walloped by a pitch from Matt King. To the 5th we go. 4 runs, the advantage for Longhaul.
2 runs on 2 hits, they strand 1. We play forward. It's a 14-10 lead for Longhaul. 2 up for Suncoast at the top of the 5th. It'll be Holcomb, Thomas, and Bazat. And ladies and gentlemen, with that RBI on the sacrifice fly in the 4th, Jeff Hall has reached another milestone in his illustrious World Series career. That is 200th RBI in USSSA World Series action.
They get to go to manufacturer. All right, here we go. They're not. They weren't passing compression tests. 225 pounds for 500th of an inch compression. Yeah. And they're all 6 and 1/8 inches down from the barrel tip. That's where they're all tested, all the same things. Some of them are painted a little different. Or they're just used a lot. They put that bone tree with them.
And a good start there for Suncoast here in the 5th inning.
You know what? They could just be used a lot.
That was Nate Holcomb with a single.
It'll happen, right?
Nate Holcomb with the ground ball to start things off. It was misplayed. He's aboard at first, so 1 out, nobody out. Stepping into the box for right field, number 22, John Thomas.
John Thomas
And they all know 225, and we're giving them some grace.
is at the plate.
Oh, he hit
And
that.
John Thomas into the corner. Scott Strebel makes the play at the wall. Nate Holcomb will tag and advance.
we've got a change for Longhaul. Ryan Robbins is now in the catch. Jeff Hall probably moved into the dugout.
Oh, what a grab there. Brett McCullum, and he fires it across the diamond, and Ryan Thede, an equally impressive play there at first base.
Nice stretch by Thede, able to make the play. That's 2 outs now. Suncoast needs to score a couple of runs to keep the pressure on. That took a wicked hop.
And Chad Bryant at the plate with 2 away. Down the line.
Ooh, just foul. There, oh, that was closer than you could expect.
We get to watch it.
Look at him out there trying to get that ball.
A little bit, as I guess you would call it in television, a net return. We usually watch the feed here in the broadcast booth, and Robo's reaction a moment ago of finally seeing the play, which you saw live on our screens here, was very close.
That ended up being a foul out, so
that ends the inning. They
didn't get any runs there in the top of the 5th. So Longhaul ahead by 4. We'll get that in the bottom half of the 5th inning in Champion Stadium.
High fly ball in the shallow left field. Camping under it, Justin Valenti, 1 out, and that will be one.
That's 1 away already here in the bottom half of the 5th. Brings up Mike Rhines, the additional hitter. 1 away, 5th inning. Longhaul leads 14-10 over Suncoast. And we're at the crown jewel of USSSA, the Men's Major World Series, the one they play for all year long. And Rhines, you could hear that when he's hit it well. And there was a diving try out there in center field by West Fuel. Unable to come up with it, so Rhines ends up at second. And the left fielder, Scott Strebel, steps to the plate. We return at 9 a.m. in the morning, and some 8 games tomorrow will be televised. So please come back and join us. Strebel takes a ball. Full count. Strebel rips it Into right field, right past Chris Schmidt. Rhines comes in to score. Strebel with the big turn at first and turns around and goes back. So Robert Robo Blackburn will step to the plate. We have one away and one run in.
Come on, Robo, pick it, baby.
Robo hit a home run in the second inning. He's 1 for 2 so far. So it's 15-10 Longhaul. Robo right between the shortstop and third baseman with a laser shot. Ball quickly back into the infield. So Blackburn's on first, Strebel's on second. And Gino Buck, the pitcher, will step to the plate. Buck drives it into right field. Strebel into the plate. He scores. Blackburn to third. Buck over at first. So those runners on the corner, one away, 16-10. Longhaul stretching their lead to 6. They've marked in every inning. 2 in the first, 7 in the second, 3 in the third, 2 in the fourth, 2 so far here in the fifth. And Matt King, a swift center fielder who covers a lot of ground. If he hits it on the ground, he's a tough runner to throw out at first. We'll see what he does here. Oh, he's going to run now. He will run, and here he goes. It's scoring at least these 2, and King easily into third as Blackburn and Buck score to make it 18-10, and Matt King with a stand-up triple. And still one out. J.D. Jenner, who hit a home run also in the second inning. He's 2 for 3. And he'll step to the plate. Oh, and J.D. has hit it, and he has hit it well, some 402 feet, way out over the left center field wall, and he has hit his second home run of the game, and it is now 20-10. They've doubled up Suncoast here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Jeremy Eisenhower, the second baseman, still only one away. That's a pop-up that Lee Trotter, the catcher, flips his hat away and makes a nice play. It's not as easy as it looks. Eisenhower pops it straight up over his head. Unbelievable. You don't see that often.
In fact, that's the first time I've ever seen that.
It's a play you don't. It's a play you don't really see that often. F2. 6 runs are in. It's 20 runs Longhaul, 10 for Suncoast. It's getting awfully late in the game for Suncoast, but they still have 2 at bats. And Longhaul has Jeff Hall. And there's Hall. He slips
he tripped as he went down.
His motor His feet were moving faster than his body. It's not funny, but it is.
Well, we have all these games archived, and as soon as Steve Saluch will get them on the site, you'll be able to see all the exciting action that you missed tonight. I've been told he'll probably get around to it tomorrow. I know he's busy with the bat tester behind home plate, but he's a multitasker.
Oh, most definitely. Feedy.
Down the line, there's the base hit. The runners on the corners.
Hall moves easily into third.
All the third runners to the corners, and now an opportunity for Ryan Robbins.
Robbins on base 1 out of 3 times. And time is called. And I believe Coach Jack, we call him Happy Jack, has come out to talk to the troops.
Well,
Doc
it's getting to be
out.
crunch time.
Doc goes out to tell Jack that's your first conference. If he comes out again in the inning, he's got to remove his pitcher from the pitching position for the remainder of the game. So, job of the umpires to let the coach know. Doc did his job. Ryan Robbins steps back in, and Bernie's back in. So here you go, Bernie.
Ryan Robbins skies at Justin Valenti. He doesn't have it a crack, but that guy has a great glove out there in left field. All night long.
He's made some phenomenal plays right back by the USSSA emblem on the hill.
Does he got a bag back there where he's just stockpiling them for next year when he's trying to run a league?
Probably getting plenty of batting practice balls. Tough play.
That'll end the inning. Kevin Bazat ends the threat, but it's a 13-run advantage as we head to the 6th. 23-10 our score.
Longhaul has the biggest inning of the ball game. They pick up 9 runs. They get those 9 runs on the strength of 8 hits. And nobody will go to the top of the 6th, 2 up for Suncoast. It'll be Fuel, Cancerin, and Trotter.
All right, here we go.
All right, Suncoast has their work cut out for them. They're 2 runs away from a loss, depending on obviously what the net is here. Every run these score here means that Longhaul has to score more than 2 with that 15-run rule.
And as I said, Longhaul's marked every inning. The least amount they've scored is 2. Suncoast only 1 in the first, 0 in the second, 6. Nice inning in the third, 3 in the fourth, and then they didn't score any in the 5th. Those 2 donuts don't look good on the scoreboard.
Especially when Longhaul scored 9 in the bottom of the 5th.
That's a big inning. That's That's the difference maker. Oh, Gino doesn't need to walk anybody. Not here in the 6th.
So what do we got on our schedule tomorrow? Do we know who we'll see first, or no? Are we not that far?
Oh, yes, sir. We will see tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. TaylorMade in Woodlaw. Then GTL will take on Combat USA. At 12 o'clock, TNR Stucco versus Northwest Combat. Bud Light at 1:30 plays Johnny Blaze, and that finishes the first round. And then we'll come back with, depending on who wins. Oh, there's one into right field. Lee Trotter on base all 4 times tonight.
And that's going to be a lot of trouble for Robert Blackburn.
Trotter 4 for 4. I want to say with a pair of singles and a pair of doubles. But every game tomorrow,
so we kind of have a morning session, if you will, and maybe then a miniature lunch break?
Well, we play 9, 10:30, 12, 1:30, and then we play at 4:30.
On the ground, that'll score 2 runs, and that helps out the cause for Suncoast. Longhaul needs to score now at least 4 in the bottom of the 6th.
Then we come back in the afternoon and play 4, 5:30, 7, and 8:30, our last game being 8:30 tomorrow night.
That may be disappointing for our boys. They were hoping that there was going to be another 10 o'clock match. See if you can schedule it. They'll be here.
Already in the books.
All right.
Well, they get their wish because we come back Friday and Saturday, and that one is gone.
Almost to the U-trip Dan out there.
Just to the left. That ball was hit a long way. Johnny Dykes, the pitcher, helping himself with a couple of runs. And this is exactly what Suncoast needed to do. They're now below double digits.
Four runs here in the 6th inning. And there's out number 2, Matt King. Retires Chris Smith. And Justin Valenti is at the plate.
Valenti 1 for 3 with a 3-run home run. Back in the 3rd inning.
That last home run bat being returned back to its owner. That one hit towards a major gap in right center field. Robert Blackburn brings it in, but Valenti with a triple.
Well, here they made some changes. That's Ryan Robbins in right, Blackburn's in center, and number 7, Matt King, is catching. That's kind of an unusual place for Matt King to be.
Olensi with the triple, and into the box, Jake Holcomb.
Once again, right on the same site that you guys are hopefully enjoying this contest. We'll likely archive many of these games. They've already been archived. They basically, it happens instantaneously, as this one's going to be hit towards the gap, and it'll score another run to make it 23-15. At the end of the day, it's just a matter of getting Steve Saluch out there to punch in the code, and I'm certain that by the end of this weekend, we'll have a whole slew of games that you can sit back and enjoy on your couch. enjoy a Busch Light since they're one of our presenting sponsors.
Busch Light sponsored the Conference USSSA events all year long. There's a line shot to third.
Side retired, but Suncoast looks like they may live to see at least another inning. It's 23-15. Longhaul needs to score 7 here in the bottom of the 6th to end it.
So now we'll go to the bottom of the 6th. 2 up for Longhaul. It'll be Rhymes, Striebel, and Blackburn.
Oh, 1. He only gets 3. Only 3. 1 more. Hey, here we go. We don't want to waste all your time. Who's that doing that? Yeah. Who's that doing that goody flip over there?
Mike Rhymes to lead things off. Nate Holcomb on the hill.
To the 2009 Men's Major World Series from Disney, brought to you by Boomba. And Longhaul is at the plate here in the bottom of the 6th inning.
You can't tell on the field, but the umpires have been outfitted with brand new black Boomba shoes.
Have they?
Yes, sir.
And you have some too.
I have some black and white ones on. I received the same
Yet I only have Asics. What's up with that?
And I have to put you in touch with Rick Jackson while he's here. It keeps you comfortable while you're announcing, Bernie.
Does it? Especially when you're sitting down, right?
Well, my feet hurt whether I'm sitting down or standing up. Oh.
There's a base hit down the line.
Striebel.
Scott Striebel is aboard.
Once again, Longhaul playing with a heavy heart. J.C. Phelps, their catcher in A.H. The man with the biggest smile and slow pitch softball unfortunately passed away. Our hearts go out to his family, his lovely wife Myra, his mother, his kids and stepchildren, you know, everybody in the family. On behalf of Bernie Gunther and myself, our thoughts and prayers go with you. We wish you the best in the future.
Right now they're playing for him here in the 6th inning.
Well, I tell you, Bernie, I talked, as I said, to his wife. We got word Friday out at the Men's B World that he had passed away. It was devastating for everybody, the directors and umpires that knew him. And I told Larry Lofton, my partner and assistant, that JC, we would want us to pick up and get this tournament going, and he's looking down on us, and we'd mourn him later, and we've mourned him, and we miss him. We're going to continue to miss him, and we know you're looking down on us, JC. We love you and we miss you, partner. We wish you were here. And these guys are playing their hearts out for you. The team you played last year, GTL, we'll see them tomorrow at 10:30. And it's just a sad time, but the games must go on, and JC would want it to go on, I know.
Runner on second here in the bottom of the 6th. Suncoast is down to their final 3 outs. As this is a gapper that'll score the first run here in the 6th inning.
It's Gino Buck moving into second. Strebel comes across to score. And once again, Longhaul marks in an inning. That's every inning. And that's important. They've looked pretty impressive tonight as well, Bernie. We talked earlier, Dan Smith, the defending champions, played well as they beat O&S Pavs 19-3.
Matt King is at the plate. Bottom of the lineup for Longhaul. And he rips one over the glove of the shortstop. That'll score a run. Throw coming to the plate, but it's not nearly in time. And that'll make it 25-15.
That's Nate Holcomb on the mound now for Suncoast. You know, Nate is about 6'7" in height, so he's pretty recognizable. So the lead by Longhaul now is back to double digits. Our number 1 seed, Rismondo, in the game prior to this, defeated AJS 17-9. AJS was pesky and stayed around. I think Rismondo will play him quite a bit better tomorrow. They're just probably looking past AJS.
Into left field. That's a base hit. They're going to score another run. And the lead is 11.
J.D. Jenner on base 4 out of 5 times tonight. Made an out in the first innings, has 2 home runs and 2 singles.
Back on the ground. And there's going to be an extra base hit. A double for Jeremy Eisenhower. And here's Jeff Hall. He's certainly capable of tacking on 3 more.
Home run in the first inning. Drove in a run in the 5th. And in his career, that was his 200th RBI. And that will put him 1 back from Dan Shuck, who's in 7th place. And Jeff Wallace ahead of him with 210.
Hall got under this one, and that should retire the side, and it does. Jeff Hall's retired. Longhaul adds 3. It's 26-15. Final inning from Champion Stadium when we come back.
Hey, this is Brett Helmer with Easton Sports. I'm Brian Wegman with Easton Sports. Getting ready to drop some bombs with the 09 Easton bat line.
The truth is, there is a difference.
The difference is Easton. The truth is, I hit bombs.
And the 2009 USSSA Men's Major World Series, presented by Busch Light, is brought to you by Worth, Mikan, Combat USA, TPS, Nationwide, Easton, and Boomba. Back alongside Rick Robertson, Bernie Gunther, our entire USSSA crew. Glad to have you with us for what has been certainly a pleasant night of softball and plenty more to come. It was slated, Rick, that we are right around 24 games or so that we're going to bring over the next couple of days. And I know you're warming up. I'll be on television on Sunday, but you'll have Championship Sunday here as well for them.
Yes, we will. And it's, it's hard to sub for Bernie, but I'm the official substitute.
Hey, you're going to be outstanding.
We've got a change. We have Billy Messina on the mound. Ryan Robbins has moved back to catcher. Matt King into center field, and he's chasing this. This is a shallow one. He's not going to get there.
That's still a brilliant effort, I think, right
I
there,
thought
just
it was
to corral it.
outstanding. Bryant's into second with a double, and then the last shift was Blackburn from center back to right. So I believe I have them all where they're supposed to be. Billy Messina, last year's all-conference pitcher, or one of the pitchers on the second team. And he's a great pitcher in his own right. He comes in for Geno Buck.
Chad Bryant got lucky there. He had the extra couple of feet needed to move that ball into the bullpen to give him a second chance. Suncoast, of course, trails by 11. I don't need to do the math for you guys at home. And they're down to their final 3 outs, obviously. Longhaul trying to make the top 3 seeds, 3 for 3. And tonight, did we have any upsets?
No, all the higher seeds won tonight, if you will.
And a hit towards center field. And there is out number 1.
Besides being able to run well, Matt King has a rifle for an arm. Excuse me, I watched him earlier in the year from deep center field throw it to home plate on the fly.
Wow.
And got the guy tagging up from third.
And in many ways, obviously, you see that happen all the time in Major League Baseball, but it's harder to throw this softball because it's a bigger ball, that extra distance.
It's a 12-inch softball, and you've got to be able to throw it to get it that far.
There's a base hit to right field. That'll score a run, and the lead is 10.
Lee Trotter, 4 for 4 tonight. I'm sure that's why he bats himself first in the lineup. Oh. Tony Walzak, better get out of the way down there, son. Tony taking a long look at Lee. And he flips it over in the dugout. Scuffed off the wall and the cinders.
And again, he tries left field, but this time the ball runs out of the oomph it's needed to get it over the fence, and there's 2 away. Longhaul's 1 out away from advancing. Again, tomorrow morning, 9 a.m., if your employer will allow it. We just need to get one of those buttons like they have on NCAA basketball with CBS where you can hide it and make it look like you have a spreadsheet on your desk if need be. The boss button, I think they call it.
The boss button?
We got to talk to Steve Salute to see if we can get a boss button on our thing.
Well, if Longhaul can hang on to win, they'll play at 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon.
And that's exactly what happened.
That's what they do.
It's a final score, 26-16. And on the first day of the USSSA World Series, Everyone that was favored to win has advanced.
Right from the top, Rosmondo, the number 1 seed, 17-9 over AJS. They play tomorrow at 7:30. Number 2 seed, Dan Smith, 19-3 over ONS Pavs. They play at 7 p.m. The number 3 seed, Gene Shop, over Blitzwat Nabi, 26-9. They play at 5:30. And Longhaul, after their 26-16 victory over Suncoast, will play at 4. Tomorrow, 8 games, Bernie. Get a good night's rest. We'll see you then.
Thanks, Rick, for all of us at USSSA. We hope you've enjoyed the broadcast. We'll see you tomorrow night. Enjoy your night, everyone. Great first day of action here at the 2009 Men's Major World Series.
We'll have 8 more great games coming your way tomorrow, starting at 9 a.m. So we'll look forward to seeing everybody back here tomorrow. For tonight, this is the Press Box signing off.